Good morning, dear students. Welcome back. We are starting here a new chapter, that is thermal properties of matter. As usual, in our first class of any new chapter, we discuss about syllabus. Dear students, in this particular chapter, we may read about heat, temperature. As we are denoting here with a green color, actually these topics are not included in for CDC examination 2020-21. Hence why we have written here in a green aspect, but it is important to discuss about heat and temperature. Then after we will move for further things. The other topics which will included in our syllabus, that is thermal expansion, types of thermal expansion, as well as thermal expansions in solids, in liquids and gases, anomalous expansion of water. The expansion of water being a liquid is exactly differ from other liquids, hence why we are saying here anomalous behavior. Specific heat and the types of specific heat, just like CP and CB, specific heat at constant pressure, as well as specific heat at constant volume. Calorimetry, the measurement of heat energy, we will read in calorimetry. Change of state, sometimes we may see water may get in vapor form or in gaseous form. Again, also we may say water may get in solid form, just like ice cubes. Then how this phenomena occur, we have to read in this particular section, change of state, and the amount of heat energy which is required to change the state, just like solid to liquid or liquid to gas, is termed as latent heat. Again, some topics are here written in green ink, that is heat transfer, condensation, convection and radiations, the modes of heat transfer. These are not included in examination for 2021 11th class, but it's my suggestion, dear students, you have to read all these things, because of you must go through any competitive exam, and we can't say what about the competitive exam syllabus for the 2022 and so on. Hence we want to discuss about or brief discuss about the transfer of heat or conduction or conduction. Thermal conductivity, qualitative ideas of black body. What do you mean by black body? A body which does not get anything reflect is termed as black body. Any light incident of body get absorbed is termed as black body. We will discuss qualitative idea of black body. Then Wien's displacement law, a very small and very important topic for NEET. Generally in all examinations of NEET, on the basis of wind displacement, a simple question is asked. It's my experience. Distance, Stephen's law, greenhouse effect. As we all of know about greenhouse gases or greenhouse effect, we will read it in our syllabus in this particular chapter. Distance, related to this particular chapter, some activities are there, just like activity number 3 in your list. To note the change in level of liquid in a container on heating and interrupt the observations. Simple observation is there in this particular activity. You may see it in your kitchen or in your lab. Simply we put water in a pan and heat it. We may see here or we may observe, at all first the level of water get decreased. After giving some more heat, we may see this level get increased. Exactly whenever we are putting here heat, at all first the container expands. If container expand, then the level of water or any liquid get decreased. After getting container heat or expansion, liquid inside container get heat and expands, hence why it will reach to its original height level. Then after it will get a increased height level. That is the observation in this particular activity. You may observe it in your kitchen as well as in your lab. Dear students, now we are moving towards concept of heat. Heat is a form of energy. Before Joule experiment, heat was a separate quantity in physics, but after Joule's experiment, it is proved that heat is a type of energy which produces a sensation of hotness or coldness. Heat, a type of energy, gives a sensation of hotness or coldness. A body is termed as hot if give us a sensation of hotness, or a body is termed as cold if it gives a sensation of coldness. Dear students, what's the reason behind heat? That is translatory motion or vibratory motion of molecules inside any substance. It may be solid, liquid or gas. Molecules get in translatory motion as well as in vibratory motion. Then they will collide each other. After collision, momentum and energy will get transferred to one another and it will cause heat. Dear students, the sum of vibrational energy, translational energy as well as potential energy is termed as internal energy of a substance. At room temperature, any substance has some internal energy. Dear students, then after we are moving towards the units of heat. Again, before Joule, the energy unit was calorie, but after coming Joule's experiment, calorie may be converted into Joule, and that was 1 calorie equals to 4.186 Joule. Again, that is termed as mechanical equivalent, proved by Joule. Dear students, if I want to define 1 calorie, exactly calorie is unit of CGS unit system. If I want to define calorie, then the 1 calorie is the amount of heat energy required to raise temperature of 1 gram of water through 1 degree Celsius from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius. Dear students, as we discussed in our syllabus, water have an anomalous behavior, hence why we are increasing temperature by 1 degree Celsius from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius. That's the concept regarding to SI and CGS unit of heat energy. Dear students, Joule's mechanical equivalent. Again, whenever we are putting some work on any substance, it will get heated or it will get some heat energy. With the help of experiment or Joule's experiment, we may see work done is directly proportional to heat energy evolved, or we may say W work done equals to JQ, where J is termed as mechanical equivalent. The value of mechanical equivalent is again 4.186 Joule per calorie. That is the concept regarding to mechanical equivalent. It may also be denoted in CGS unit system. Then after the concept of temperature. Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. Heat wise temperature. Heat and temperature both are the different quantities. Never be combined both of the different quantities. Dear students, heat is a form of energy, but the temperature is a degree. Heat is the cause and temperature is the effect. If we will provide some heat to a substance, it will cause raise in temperature. Dear students, another differentiation between heat and temperature may be taken as heat may be represented through the total kinetic energy of substance, or temperature may be represented in terms of average kinetic energy of the substance. Heat flows from one body to another body, or we may say heat flows from higher temperature to lower temperature. It means the temperature is a parameter which decides the direction of flow of heat energy. Dear students, it doesn't matter a body have high heat or low heat. For transfer purpose, simply matters which body have high temperature. If this body put in on high temperature and this body is at lower temperature, then the flow of heat must be from this to this one. That's the concept for a degree or a concept for temperature. Dear students, heat energy may be measured in calorie, kilocalorie and joule, but the temperature may be measured in degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit or Kelvin. These are the basic differences between heat and temperature. Sometimes students get confused in between temperature and heat, hence why I explained here. Dear students, all those things we have discussed in particular class not included in CBSE syllabus for 2021, but all these things are necessary for briefing for this particular chapter, or previous, we may say these are the previous knowledge required for studying the concept of thermometry. Exactly what is thermometry? Thermometry is a branch of physics with the help of thermometry. We may learn how heat energy may be measured. Dear students, in thermometry we may measure temperature. By measuring temperature we may measure heat energy. Hence why thermometry is again helpful for calorimetry or measurement of heat. Principle of thermometer: a device which is used to measure temperature is termed as thermometer. Simply, principle behind thermometer is thermal expansion. Whenever a solid, liquid or gas may be heated or temperature be increased, then its volume increases, and this property may be used to measure temperature. Dear students, different thermometers are used to measure temperature, as well as thermometric scales may be differ from one place to another place, or in different countries. Here a simple diagram which may represent or which may discriminate between different temperature scales, just like Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, Kelvin scale. Usually whenever we are measuring our fever, then we use Fahrenheit scale. When we are going for room temperature or weather monitoring or weather forecasting, we use Celsius scale. But in SI system we may use Kelvin scale. So dear students, in this particular diagram we may differentiate in between all the thermometric scales. Simply we took here water. At freezing point of water we may say here 0. It is 0 degree Celsius, and the boiling of water may be noted as 100 degree Celsius. So dear students, in different scale, just like Fahrenheit, we may put this 32 degree Fahrenheit and boiling point of water may be took as 212 degree Fahrenheit. As well as whenever putting Kelvin scale, the freezing of water be put at 273 Kelvin and the boiling of water may be put in as 373 Kelvin. So we may compute or we may compare different scales. Freezing of water is termed here ice point. Boiling of water is termed here as steam point. In Celsius scale, that is 0, that is 100 degrees Celsius. In Fahrenheit scale, that is 32 and that is 212. And in Kelvin scale, that is 273 and that is 373. Dear students, we may compare all three temperature scales. Here we are seeing one more thing, that is Fahrenheit, degrees Celsius and Kelvin. At minus 40 degrees Celsius, it will be equals to minus degree Fahrenheit and 233 Kelvin. As well as lowest possible temperature may be seen here, that is minus 273 degrees Celsius, minus 459.5 Fahrenheit and 0 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin is the absolute temperature. Less than 0 Kelvin temperature is not possible in nature. For the purpose of calibration from one scale to another scale, we may use this particular formula. It's so simple. Degree Celsius scale starts from 0, hence we put it here minus 0. Fahrenheit scale starts from 32, simply we have put it here minus 32. And again that is for rumor, that is another concept which is not shown in the particular figure. Simply in rumor section, it starts from 0 and ends for 80. Or we may say ice point of water is at 0 rumor and boiling of water is at 80 rumor, hence why we may put it here. Temperature scale in degree Celsius is divided into 100 parts, hence why we have put it here 100 minus 0, starts from 0. Fahrenheit scale starts from 32 and ends at 212, hence why we have put it here 212 minus 32. Again Riemann scale starts from 0 and ends at 80, hence why we have written here 80 minus 0. For Kelvin, Kelvin scale starts from 273.15 and ends for 373.15, hence we have put it here 273.15 and here 373.15 minus 273.15. It may be reduced in this particular manner. Simply by putting the values, we may calibrate or we may compute temperature in different scales by knowing someone. That's the concept regarding to thermometry or measurement of temperature. Absolute scale for temperature. Exactly whenever measuring temperature in Kelvin, this scale is termed as absolute scale. We may observe here in this particular graph, at minus 273 Kelvin, a substance get 0 volume. This graph is taken in between volume and temperature. Negative volume of any substance is not possible, hence why our temperature may not be less than minus 273 degrees Celsius or 0 Kelvin. Dear students, again this dotted line graph is hypothetical, but for the purpose for absolute 0 or 0 Kelvin, we have mentioned here. Dear students, triple point of water, it's again simple concept. Triple point, the value of temperature, pressure and volume at which a substance lie in all three phases or three states such like that solid, liquid and gas is termed as triple point. Here we are discussing about the triple point of water. So the value of temperature, volume and pressure at which water may lie in ice form, may lie in liquid form or may lie in vapor form, be termed as triple point of water. Dear students, a simple numerical is there. At what temperature do the readings of Celsius and Fahrenheit scales on site? Simply we chosen a formula here, that is Tc minus 0 over 100 equals to Tf minus 32. Let a particular value x at which temperature in Fahrenheit and temperature in degree Celsius is same. We have to put here Tc at 0, Tf, just a minute. We have simply put here Tc at x, Tf again at x, as we chosen here Tc equals to Tf equals to x as our question. By getting solve this equation, we may find the value of x, that is minus 40 degrees Celsius, or we may say minus 40 degree Fahrenheit. It's a simple question for the purpose of SSC, NDA and smaller scale competitive exams. Such questions are taken, as well as for the general knowledge purpose. It is very important aspect. Dear students, next concept will be done in our next class. Simply you have to prepare all these things, or we may say these are the basic knowledge needed for our chapter content or content for 11th class. All these things are very necessary to understand for our next concepts. Hence why we have to prepare all these concepts. Okay, thank you.